usually something pretty cool, which gets people to click, is actually going ahead and changing the color scheme, changing it from black and white to color. Makes a big difference. Or color to black and white. Ladies and gents, so welcome back to another video. Now in this video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the most important thing that just happened in Meta ads. Now I've been running ads for years, and I don't say that lightly. The most underpriced attention play on Instagram right now just happened. It's a brand new feature that actually Meta and Instagram rolled out quietly. It's called the Jump to Highlights button on sponsored reels. Now, I've been actually testing now for the last month, and the results are mind-boggling. We're talking about lower CPMs, higher engagement rates, and an insane amount of warm traffic flowing directly into our funnels. Now, most of you actually haven't even seen it. I'm gonna actually pop up two examples right over here so you guys can see it, but let alone most of you actually don't know how to implement it on your ads. So today I'm going to be breaking it down for you guys actually step by step so you guys can use it for your own. Now here's how I found it. I was on Instagram one night and scrolling through reels and I saw an ad that was honestly wasn't anything special. It was honestly just a really basic ad. Until I noticed something I've never seen before. At the bottom, near where it says sponsored, there was a little button that said jump to highlights with two other dots on the video. So naturally I clicked it and instantaneously I was inside of their highlights, results, testimonials, proof, and basically their most persuasive content all curated into directly one place from the ad, just straight to a sales pitch. And I couldn't sleep at night because this was genius. The next morning I was obsessed. I thought if I can figure out how to trigger this for my clients, it would be a game changer. And fast forward to now, we've rolled out multiple campaigns. In one case, our profile visit to DM rate went up 62% just because of this button. And yes, I'm going to tell you exactly how to make it appear. So the results were mind-boggling. Now, why is this huge, let alone insane? Normally, a reel ad is like shouting across the street. People might hear you and most won't come across. Jump to highlights is like inviting them to your living room, sitting them on your best couch, and showing them your absolute best work on a silver platter. So here's how it works. It's 3 simple steps. First off, let's start with the trust. It's inside of Instagram, so there's no sketchy click out link to a random website that most people are usually scared of. Second is it's also curated proof. Highlights are your greatest hits. Those are all killers, no fillers. The last thing is the binge factor. People will watch 5 to 7 stories in a row if the first one hooks them, let alone watch every single one of them. Now, step 1 is building your highlights, which is extremely important for most businesses that are, for example, D2C, agencies, but it also depends on if you want to or not. There's a lot of businesses who don't have a lot of followers on their social platforms, like my own agency, but we're still doing incredible amounts of revenue. I mean, 5.26 million in the last 12.5 weeks alone for 18 brands. But then there's also the businesses that have an incredible amount of followers that aren't even doing a tenth of that. So if your highlights suck, this won't work. So let's get that down first. The button can drive traffic, but content drives conversions. Here's the framework I use for my clients, and it worked very well. So first off, you have to create sales-driven categories. So client results, let's just say if you're in the agency space, right? Client results, offers, behind the scenes, FAQs, and processes. Number 2 is the design. Design pro level covers. Covers are extremely important, especially since that usually prompts someone to either click on it or not. Keep it minimal, keep it clean, on brand. You want it to look intentional, but not random. So what I also like telling my clients is use the last picture as the image for your highlights. And then every time you post a new story, use that last picture or a nice frame of the video. It also helps people understand that, oh, they're updating their content 24/7, which means people will be more likely to click on your highlights if they stalk your page. Now, number 3 is front load the best proof. Now, the first 3 to 4 stories are extremely important, probably more important than the first story, because usually what happens is if people click on the first story, they're going to go ahead and click on the second, third, fourth. So the reason why your third and fourth story are most important is because that's usually when the client gets to understand who you are and what you do. So it's extremely important to get your message across. Now, stories in each highlight should hook instantly. All right, so I don't know what happened to my mic. It's just not working at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tell you guys straight like this. Hopefully the audio and everything is good. The first 3 to 4 stories in each highlight should instantly hook. Bold claim, insane before and after, short testimonial clip. Those are usually the best things. If you post, for example, let's say if you're a D2C brand and you post the product, or for example, you post pictures of you and the business owner, it doesn't really matter. People don't care who you are. People care about what you can do for them. And that's just a simple truth. Now, number 4 is sequence strategically. Okay, arrange stories like a mini sales funnel. That's your main goal. If you can just do it where you have these stories like a mini sales funnel, where it's hook, proof, offer, call to action. You're good. You solve the problem that 99% of business owners can't do. For one of my MedSpot clients, we actually front-loaded jaw-dropping before and after cutscene. Very first story in the results tab, and the retention tripled. Understand that. Also, don't post too many stories in your highlights. Don't post you at a wedding. Don't post you and your friends. This is your business, okay? Business stays business. I see so many business owners post so many random trends or random memes and stuff like that on business. Stop that. This is your business, okay? That is not going to get you likes, views. You're not going to blow up from that. It doesn't happen. Trust me. I'm a marketer. I know. Keep this straightforward. Don't post also 80 stories in one highlight, okay? Keep it short. What I tend to tell clients is go ahead and post 8 really good ones. And then results 1.1, 8 really good ones. Result 1.2, 8 really good ones. You can go by season as well. Fall 2025, spring 2025, winter 2025, summer 2025. And you can just continuously keep going like that. Those also work great too, right? If you want to go past 8, sure, don't go past 15. Don't make it stretch. Number 2 is creating that reel, okay? You have 2 ways to get your reel into the ad, okay? Option A is honestly the only option you should go for. The only time you would actually go with option number B is if it's a very rare scenario on meta ads where you have to do it like this. If not, I don't know what to tell you. First thing, which is my option, which is my go-to, is organic, okay? This is my first thing in the entire world. First day we have a conversation with the client. Usually our clients that we help out already have the creatives set up in a way so that we don't even have to deal with it, okay? All you have to do is just tell them, hey, post. You just go to their whole content system, you find the best video, their saved videos, their draft videos, whatever it is, you find the best ones and you post those. You tell them to post it immediately all at the same time. It doesn't matter, just post it, get it out there. Okay, the main goal for that is when you post a reel to the profile, you let it rack up likes, comments, and shares. It's important. You need someone to stir the pot, okay? Then on the ads manager, you go ahead and select use existing post. Why? Because whenever you go ahead and launch the ad, people are gonna see, oh wait, 50 comments, 20 likes, 15 shares. People. Simple. Okay? Why? Social proof. Simple as that. The button also appears at the same time, but people trust it more when they see engagement. Naturally, why? People like to share, and comment on posts that have more views. Option B is another case scenario where you wouldn't really use it often unless there's a unique situation where you had to. Okay, and it's the direct upload. Upload the reel straight into the ads manager as a blog post. Works fine, but it feels a lot colder and unnatural without likes and comments, and you have to kind of just let it ramp up by itself. Now, structure for a high converting reel. So the first 2 seconds of structuring this high converting reel is important because it's the pattern interrupt, right? Make it loud. You can do loud hook, quiet hook, visual contrast, curiosity statement, usually something pretty cool, which gets people to click. It's actually going ahead and changing the color scheme, changing it from black and white to color. Makes a big difference. Or color to black and white. Good contrast. People tend to watch a little bit longer. The middle, for example, share a quick win, result, insight. Great tips as well. People like tips, so if you share tips, they will like to engage with your content more, and they'll go ahead and actually follow you to listen more. And then from there, at the end, clear call to action. Ladies and gentlemen, please, if you are watching this, be clear with your call to action. There are so many agency owners who I know who go ahead and have a conversation with the client, have a 15-minute meeting with the client. At the end of it, the client's like, hey, can you send me all the information? The client doesn't know what you just said. The client is unsure about who you are. The client doesn't know your offer. The client is confused, okay? Make a clear call to action. If my call to action was for you guys to subscribe, I would say in the call to action, hey, hit that subscribe button. Simple. Get straight to the point. Don't overcomplicate it. Straight to the point, okay? On screen and verbally. You see how I also had the captions? Get it? You can do something like, check our highlights for more. Yes, even though the button is automatic and it shows up right there, you're basically priming them to click it after the ad ends. So number 3 is, of course, setting up that campaign. Here is where people mess up. The button doesn't just appear for any ad. You need the right setup. So the campaign objective is having to be brand awareness, engagement, or video views. Basically the most reliable. In this case, I like using engagement, tied in with brand awareness, then you can go and connect it all together with the leads, with the traffic one. But point being, for this experiment, let's just go with brand awareness or engagement, right? Sales or conversion can still trigger it, but Meta will focus more on the link clicks. Placement, manual placement. Do not do automatic placement. Please, ladies and gentlemen, If you know anything about marketing, no automatic placement, okay? For this specific thing as well, Instagram Reels only, because it's the only place that shows this, okay? If your main goal is to go after this, why would you show it on Facebook when they don't have this thing? So don't run it in feed, stories, or explore. Just run it on Instagram Reels. That's it, okay? Identity. Make sure the Instagram account, not just the Facebook page, is also linked in the ad identity section. Okay, that's very important. People fuck up on this every single time. Okay, creative. Use an existing post, please. If you're going organic first, if you're uploading it as well, make sure it's 9:16 as well, so it's full screen. If not, pop it into Canva, and then from there you can just go ahead and adjust it. So if you have highlights in your profile, you meet these conditions, Instagram will automatically add the jump to highlights. You actually can't toggle it manually, which is such a good thing because some people will forget, but it does it for you. Now, step 4 is optimizing and converting, okay? So once the ad is live, it's really important to track profile visits from the ad and watch story views from the highlights. Now, if a story drop off is high, fix the first few seconds of your highlights. Hook harder, get to the point faster. Usually that type of thing works better for the older demographic. People who are older don't care about what you have to say, they care about how you can help them. So get to the point. Younger people care about the story, okay? And the reason why is because older people have heard the stories, they've lived life, they've heard all the BS. Younger people haven't. Here's what's been questioning for me, also putting a soft call to action in the very first highlight story. Something like, hey, DM us the word info and we'll send you a full breakdown. That's also a really good benefit. Using ManyChats, connecting with it directly. Then from there, you can go ahead and track conversions very easily. Sending them to a landing page, handling it all over there. The benefit pre-qualifies every single person. Now, you will have people who view the ad, right? So let's say you have a group of people who view the ad. People will go ahead and view your Instagram story, okay? View your highlights, monitor your Instagram story, maybe follow your Instagram story as well, right? If they don't follow it, they'll monitor it for sure, right? And then from there, if they really want to move forward with it, if they're really interested, they'll send you the word, let's just say info for this situation. And then from there, people who send you the word info will be qualified, and then people will actually move forward from it and do the action. For example, let's say if you send them a link and say, hey, book in a call, or what time are you available to book in a call, or whatever it is, right? Send them a product link. Those people will be the heavily qualified clients, okay? Now, worst case scenario from this whole thing is you gain followers. You're gonna have clients who stay with you for longer and respect your brand for longer because it's built out. Understand that this is not just something where it's like, hey, you're just gonna get views. This is one of the craziest things that's happened on Meta in a very long time, and this is crushing. You guys, I don't even know how to explain how insane this is and how good this is. So even if people don't take action right away, you're still gonna have qualified people as your followings who you can monetize very easily. That way, if they don't even watch all your stories, you've got them to take action right away by basically saying in the first story, hey, send us the word info. Make sure to do that for all the stories. And then also, if you're doing 10 stories, make sure to do it on the first one, the third one, the fifth one, the seventh one, and the 10th one. Makes it easier for people. But don't be pushy. You need to understand it. Some people need more call to actions. Some people need less. Maybe you need 2 or 3 call to actions in 10 stories. Maybe you only need 1. Okay, point being, get your point across. Okay, make it simple. Don't sound too salesy. And lastly, here's the reality of it. Right now, barely anybody knows how to use this jumped highlights feature. I've been using this for multiple industries, mainly e-com, and it's worked very, very well with e-com, let alone local businesses. And every single time the numbers blow me away on how crazy this is. We're pulling cheaper traffic, higher engagement, more conversions than cold ads could ever, because it warms the client up for you without you doing anything. The client basically sees 3 of your best work in one ad. And the best part about it is that it automatically skips to it. If you watch the whole video through, it will just skip to those best highlights, meaning you don't have to do anything. The client still thinks they're watching the same ad. If you actually want to get ahead and dominate the attention in your niche, it's time for you to move now. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.